Hi guys, welcome back to another video. Got a bit more of a modern car on the show today. So this is my Yokomo CAL3.1, I think it is. Anyway, we're going to do a bit of a mod I saw on the Facebook group I run with putting a associated slipper clutch in it. There's no performance benefit, I just think it looks cool and it's a bit different. And one came up on eBay which just arrived. So here it is, a complete lay shaft slipper etc for $15.99. So I grabbed that. I'm going to try and put it in there. Again, no performance benefit, nothing wrong with the Yokomo one whatsoever. Just wanted to try it, looks a bit different, and yeah, wanted to give it a go, document it. The only thing it is kind of good for is for the guys that are racing on really low grip is if you're dremeling the arms or running a layback gearbox, you know, the shock and the slipper can get quite tight there for space. So this obviously opens up quite a bit more room and you can push the arms even further forward for some more dog bone sweep, which aids the car in really low grip conditions. So it might be a mod that a few people might want to try that are running that, but again, I mainly run on AstroTurf and carpet, so you know, I'm just doing it for the hell of it really, and something to tinker with and to show you guys. So anyway, we'll get the gearbox out and I'll sort of walk you through the process and how to do it. Right, that's the gearbox out the car. So we'll get this diff out, split the gearbox, and then look at offering this up. I think you need to add a different bearing from what I've read. I'll dig the guy's name out on the Facebook group who sort of came up with this idea. It's not my own. And I think you have to run a different size bearing, but we'll get this apart and then see where we're at. And I think you need a couple of shims as well, just to shim the associated idler slightly away from the gearbox case on the Yokomo. But we'll have it apart and I'll tell you how to do it. Right, so I've just had my bearings turn up from this place here, rcbearings.co.uk. Been using them for ages, they're really good. You know, these arrived next day, which is great. So what have we got here? So these are 10x5x3, so that you need a slightly thinner bearing when doing this. These are the standard gearbox bearings, which are 4mm wide. I'll just grab one of these to see the difference. You can see there it's a mil narrower. So what we'll do now is we'll basically pop the bearings into the gearbox case, and then I've got a couple of shims here just to shim the lay shaft correctly and obviously get it lined up with the idler gear. So we'll just do that now. So that's the bearings fitted up, and as you can, I don't think you can see it very clearly on camera, but maybe if I show you at that angle, you can see that the you know, with it obviously being a mil narrow bearing, you can see we've got a bit of a gap there on the lining up the lay shaft with the idler. So I've got a 1/2 mil shim here, which I'm just going to pop on the lay shaft. Then we'll try that for size and make sure it's lining up correctly. And as you can see there, it does. It's not flush, but you know, you want a bit of free play on there as well. So what we'll do now is we'll just grab another shim. So this one is a 0.1 mil shim, so we'll pop that over the top like so. We'll just push that down like that. Then we'll grab the other side of the gearbox case and just test fit it in there. And so it's you know, a nice fit, but also not totally tight in the transmission. So that's got it fitted up there. And as you can see, got a little bit of end float, which is what you want. So that's perfect now, and it's nice and smooth on the idler gear. So we'll get the diff drop back in, get all the bolts bolted up again, check to make sure it's nice and free running and smooth, and get it back in the car and show you the finished article. Right, so that's the slipper assembly put in. So that's all slid through nicely, and that's nice and smooth. So we'll get the slipper spring on there. So we have this double-sided washer there, that one there, plus the outer one, and then the little M3 nut. So I'll just wind that on, put a bit of tension under it. Obviously we'll have to set this up again, but there we have it. So that is the slipper mod done. And let's just double check now we've got the bolts in the gearbox. So we've still got a tiny bit of end float there, which is perfect. So we'll get the diff drop back in, which I had that way round, like so. Just make sure those line up okay. Drop the diff in again. That's all nice and smooth. Drop the cap on, and then we'll just get that all bolted down. Obviously you don't want to watch me twiddling screws, so I'll do this off camera and get it in the car and sort of show you it all finished up. So let's crack on with it now. I'll be back in a minute. So that's the gearbox all done up and still running lovely and smooth, as you can see. So now we'll get it back in the car. I'll show it all finished up and take some pictures for my lovely Yokomo group to have a look at. And ask me loads of questions as to why the hell I've done it. But I don't know, I just wanted to do it. So there we go. No performance reasons, but just to be different really. Anyway, let's get the car back together. Right, so there we go. That's the gearbox all bolted back in the car, and it's all ready to rock and roll for its next race meeting. So there's a bit of a close-up on the associated slipper in the Yokomo gearbox, and we'll flip it round that way and just show you that side. But yeah, pretty easy mod to do. So like you say, just some 3mm wide bearings. So that'll be 5x10x3, and a couple of shims, and it's done really. And like I say, got the low shaft off eBay from a broken kit, and there you have it. So yeah, you might be a bit limited on space with getting a fan in there. You'd have to have a fairly small fan if that's where you're mounting it, but you know, with the battery quite far forward like we run, you could put a fan just in front of the motor there anyway, which would probably be a bit more efficient. But yeah, there you have it. That's the video finished up. Thanks very much for watching. Any questions, let me know, but hopefully I've explained it all for you, and I'll see you all in the next video. Cheers.